In this video, I'm going to be covering the 5 biggest mistakes that I see in deal packaging. Number 1 is focusing on the property first. So many people go out there as a deal packager, and I get it's quite logical. You're starting in property, what are you going to spend your time on? Focus on the property, right? Go out on viewings, go and invest. But here's what you need to understand. Not every property is a deal. And how does a property become a deal? By having criteria. And how do you get the criteria? By finding the investor first. If you're going out there, whether you have 10, 20, 30 hours a week, what you need to be doing is allocating around 70 to 80% of your time on the investor and the remaining 20 to 30% on finding the property. So go out there and find the money first. Number 2 is trying to learn from your own mistakes. People say learn from your own mistakes, and I think that's incredibly poor advice out there. You wouldn't want to learn about being bankrupt or going bankrupt by going bankrupt yourself. Instead, learn from others' mistakes. Now, obviously, if you've got the finance available, invest in your education, invest in a mentor. But even starting out by watching YouTube videos like this and consuming a few people's content that you can take in, you're very quickly going to learn and develop from them, but most importantly, learning from their mistakes. Number 3 biggest mistake is thinking that you are only limited to your own area. I have mentees that don't even live in the country. They live in Germany, Dubai, Australia, and they're packaging deals remotely in Pimlico, in London, in the Northeast, in Wales. You do not need to be restricted to your own area. So a lot of people that they're living in the arse end of nowhere in rural Wales, you don't need to do it there. You can move into Cardiff, Swansea, or even Newcastle. The same as if you are in central London in a really expensive area, where getting started, yes, you're going to get bigger fees, but maybe it's going to be a lot harder. Think outside of the box, or in this case, outside of your area. The world is getting small and the country even smaller. You do not need to be restricted by the diameter that you're surrounded in. Number 4, and I see this so often, thinking you need your own money. Now, let's be real, starting a business, even setting up a limited company at the time of filming this is maybe £14. So you do need some money to get started in business, compliance, insurance, and other things. But what you definitely do not need is tens of thousands of your own money to get started, especially with deal packaging as your core strategy. If you have as little as a couple of £1,000s, you can invest in your compliance, your marketing, your setup, and be full on, all in, and starting to make money with as little as 3 months moving forward. Finally, number 5, and this is quite a good one, I've saved the best till last, is focusing on the outcome goals far too much. We live in what I like to call a microwave society where everything's instant. You can't be bothered to spend a couple of hours preparing a beautiful meal. Instead, you want to chuck something in the microwave. We live in the world of Netflix and Amazon Prime where everything is instantly available. Deliveroo, Uber, whatever it is, we can get from A to B faster and faster. The world is about speed. But results don't come with speed, and so we got obsessed with the outcome goals all the time. And the best advice I can give is to let that go a little bit, because those real results are going to come 6, 12, 18 months from now, not in the next 4 to 6 weeks, despite what some gurus would have you think. So instead of focusing on the outcome goals, instead focus on the habits that create them. If you can focus and celebrate on the daily habits, how many offers you're putting in, what time you're getting up, your morning rituals, things like that, the habits that create those outcomes, you will be successful on the inputs that lead to being successful on the outputs. So just finish up this video, the top 5 are focusing on the property first, instead of that focus on the investors. Number 2, trying to learn from your own mistakes. You should be learning from the mistakes of others. Number 3, thinking that you are restricted to your own area. You can think a lot further afield than that. Number 4, thinking you need your own money. You are not limited by your own money. Remember, your network is your net worth. And number 5, focusing on the outcomes far too much. Instead, focus on the habits today. And if you want a secret number 6, hit subscribe, the like button, and leave a comment if you got value from this video. Welcome to the channel of AFL, and I'll see you in the upcoming videos.